Welcome to the Bad Bitch Collective. I am your host, Demmi motherfucking Cannon, and this is the space for black sheep leaders, bold conversations, and the identity upgrades required to build the business, hold the money, and live your most authentic life. If you're ready to stop shrinking and stop hiding, buckle up, babe. Let's go. Welcome, babe, to the first episode, and I want to address the elephant in the room. If you're watching this and you can see me, and if you can't, I'm currently sitting in my car and recording this. Let me explain to you why. Just like everybody, I have had this idea in my mind wanting to start this podcast for the longest time. Okay, probably about 6 to 9 months. Now, I had the idea. All of my stories came up, blocks, all right? And the stories were, I want it in this I want it in this studio. I want it to look like this. I want this and this and this. And I don't have this yet, and therefore I'm not there yet. And I made up all of these stories. So I got stuck in inaction. Can you relate? I bet you can. Now, the truth is, it wasn't any of those things. They were just protecting me from the real root block, which was the level of visibility that I know me starting this podcast is going to bring me. So I decided, and that's the next layer, okay, I made a decision. I could either choose to stay stuck in the old story, in the old identity, who waits for permission for things to be perfect, pretty and polished before she moves, or I could decide to just raw dog it and do the fucking thing, rip off the Band-Aid. Now you're like, why are you doing it in your car? Because the truth is, I could honestly have done it I really could have just done it in my home, in my space. But if you don't know, I am a channel, so I can connect and see, Spirit gives me these little nudges. And when I tuned in and I saw myself doing this first episode, I was in this car. Now, this is my Range Rover. Her name is Belcalis, okay? Yes, after Cardi B, because she is the ultimate bad bitch. And I feel like the reason Spirit showed me it this way was, number one, because, girl, if I am anything, I am raw and I am real and I'm authentic as shit. A lot of my brand is based around being unapologetically yourself and just even taking the messy action. Not everything has to be pretty and perfect. And so, truthfully, this car is a physical manifestation of me stepping into my bad bitch self. Now, what do I mean when I say bad bitch? If you are a male watching this, I love you so fucking much. Thank you for supporting me. And you listening to this, you will absolutely receive things too. I definitely need to come up with a different title because I want to have men on this podcast as well as women. So I'm going to have to come up with something else. But what I mean when I say your bad bitch self, like, where did this come from? That was also a name that I channeled. And the bad bitch came through because I am here specifically to work with and lead the women who identify as the black sheep. They don't fit in. They have messy stories and pasts just like me. And most of the time, we're trying to fit into a world and be like everybody else. And that will squash your expression. It will squash your truth. And you will constantly be inside of performance, trying to look, speak, move like everybody else. That honestly kills your fucking soul. So this car was a physical manifestation of me really owning my bad bitch self. And she is my most authentic self. And that's what I mean when I say bad bitch, right? And for males, I want you to think about your most rich self, like your most rich, wealthy, authentic, fully expressed self. Because here's the truth. Here's the truth, guys. You will sit on all of your dreams and your desires if you are waiting for everything to be perfect. And if you are still inside of a space where you are, early in your healing era, or if you've just started your business, or even if you're fully involved in your business, you have to decondition yourself. You've grown up. Let's say it like this. You, as a spiritual being, decided to enter this earth realm where you land inside of your mother's stomach and you choose willingly to come here and forget everything that you are and completely forget your entire fucking existence and the truth of who you are. You incarnate in this life remembering nothing. What the hell? Why would we choose that? And then what happens is you grow up, and instead of being able to think for yourself, you receive all of your mum, dad, friends, guardians, societal conditioning. And that makes up who you are right now. So when it comes time to, you go through those teenage years where you're like, rebelling and trying to express and who the fuck am I? And all of that happens, but you enter into your adulthood and you still truthfully, if you haven't done this deeper work, you don't know who the fuck you are. And most of the time, what blocks success is those old stories that are looping. So some of the work that I do with my clients is really around looking at, is this who I desire to be? Are these stories even true? And what are they really trying to protect me from? Because authenticity, most of the time, being your bad bitch self, most of the time feels scary because you're afraid of judgment, of rejection. And what that means is I'm going to lose love, money, followers, whatever, support. And that can feel true. But honestly, living inside of a life where you are performing and pretending and people pleasing is fucking soul crushing. And if that is you right now, no matter what level you are at, I just want you to know that if this podcast is resonating with you, if this bad bitch energy, if authenticity is a word that has been landing in your field lately, it's because there is more of you to be expressed. There is so much more of you to be expressed. And so this is the kind of work that I do. I really wanted to just rip the Band-Aid off and start this podcast. And I don't want to make this whole episode about me and my story. I'll share that later down the track. But I do want to mention to you that if you're listening to this right now, there is something inside of your life that you have been waiting to start, that you have been waiting to do, to say, to express, to feel. And I want this to be the permission slip. Every single one of you is here with a soul mission. I don't care if you are spiritual or you're not, you are here with a specific soul mission. Maybe you're here to bring light and laughter into the world. Go start a fucking YouTube channel and show us your personality. Maybe you're here to do the kind of work that I do. Amazing. Let's step into higher levels. Let's stop letting all of the fear stop you from actually stepping into who you're supposed to be. Maybe you're here to work in the corporate world, but do it in a different fucking way. My complete soul truth is knowing that every single person on this planet is here to live in abundance. I don't give a fuck where you've come from. Nobody, and listen, people will often say, yeah, but some people have had a better start than others. That's no fucking excuse. That is bullshit old identity, excuses, victim mentality, because the truth is there is people in this world who have been at the fucking gutter and they have built themselves up. So that story that you're telling yourself about why you can't start, why you can't do the thing, why you can't be wealthy, why everybody else is more lucky than you is a fucking bullshit lie. And I'm just going to call it out right now. So my intention for you journeying with me through this podcast is that number one, you always feel called the fuck out, that you feel seen, okay? And that you leave this space with the audacity and the permission slip to take the fucking scary action. Okay, I don't care if you don't decide to come and work with me personally. I hope that you listen to this podcast and every single time you feel ignited, you feel excited, and you feel brave enough to do the fucking scary thing. So what I was saying was, my channel, listen guys, my channel will, different thing. What I was saying is my soul truth and knowing is I know that every single human being on this planet has a timeline, is here to live in abundance. And the only reason that won't happen is if you don't step into it. Radical responsibility. The reason you aren't receiving the money, the love, the business, whatever that you desire is your own fault. I don't want to hear your excuses. Okay? That is the truth. You create your external reality. Radical responsibility is the first step to changing everything. So if you know that now, then you know that there is deeper work that you need to do. You've got something. You are here with something. And if you're completely confused and you're like, I've got no idea what my thing is, babe, you can book in a one-to-one session with me, whether you're a man or a woman. I don't care. We can journey into that for you. But you have the ability to be successful, to be visible, to be wealthy and happy and deeply loved and seen if you journey into this work deeper. So, Spirit, is there anything else you want to drop for this first episode? Look, honestly, I didn't have much of a plan for this. Personally, for me, because I am on my own journey too, I just wanted to rip off the fucking Band-Aid and get the thing done. Am I going to record all of the episodes in my car? I don't know. I'm sweating right now, okay? I'm fucking sweating. I'm hot. This is the second take of this because the first one I was in, the visibility, my throat was funny and I was rushing through everything. And so I'm just, again, giving you the permission slip. You can do shit messy. You can do it fucking imperfect. You can do a couple of takes, but I'm committing to myself right now that I'm posting this exact one and I'm just going to do the thing. So I want to end this off, and each and every episode I will end it off with a challenge for you. Okay. Because that is how I move my humans forward. I want you to sit down and ask yourself right now, wherever you are at in love, life, business, whatever, where am I playing small? What are the stories I am telling myself? Go get a fucking pen and paper. Where am I playing small? What are the stories I am telling myself? What is the truth underneath that? Okay? And what is one small aligned action piece that I commit to doing after this or this week? It's that fucking simple. And I need you to know that each and every little baby step that you do, if you live your life with that level of integrity, I promise you that you will be successful. Probably in the next episode, I should do a little bit of a who the fuck even am I? But regardless of how you landed here, all right, this is the closing of the first episode. I love you. Go be your most bad bitch. Bad king. I don't know if that's the word yet. Go be your most authentic, bad, wealthy, paid version of yourself, okay? I love you so much. Thank you for being with me inside of this messy start. We love it so much. I promise you I'll always be real, raw, and authentic, okay? And I will see you in the next episode. If you loved this episode, it would mean so much to me if you were to subscribe to this, and also if you were to share this with somebody who you know needs to get the fuck out of their own way and start stepping into their most authentic, wealthy, successful, bad bitch self. If you'd like to connect with me deeper, you can find me at Demmi Cannon across all platforms. And if you'd like to work with me at a one-to-one or in one of my group containers, the links are down below. I love you. Go do the fucking thing.